Yeah.
It's been raining here, so it
Has
puts
it
me
been
in a
raining?
sleepy. Yeah, puts me in a sleepy mood. I guess we're live now, so I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody in YouTube land. Um, let's do the housekeeping. You're at the Fellowship of Mental Health Hangout for Friday, 9/11/2015. If you didn't know that already. In terms of housekeeping, we don't do judgment here. We don't do therapy here. Uh, we try to share much respect. We try to keep it a PG rating because our words will be archived forever and ever and ever. And we like to use I statements. So, and uh, and we're like the title says, we're more or less a fellowship. We just kind of hang out and talk about stuff. I have a couple of topics I want to talk about today. Then we'll open it up. Um, Jake, have I forgotten anything? Or
Anastasia.
I'm sorry, Anastasia. I've got you down in my notes as as one of your alters. Have I
Yeah.
forgotten anything? Have I forgotten anything?
Not in terms of housekeeping, no.
Okay. Well, let's go straight to our topics. And the first topic is 9/11. And I just want to say, as much as I appreciate the people who died in 9/11, the first responders, of all kinds, and really appreciate the way uh, my country and our allies pulled together right after 9/11. Police officers became our heroes again, and civics became important again, and firefighters were heroes again.
Yeah.
And that lasted for a brief time. Before I ask the question, Anastasia, do you have any thoughts on 9/11? How old were you when 9/11 happened?
How old was I? 14
Yeah,
years ago?
yeah.
I was 12.
So you were in grade school,
I was in high school.
in high school. Okay. So do you have any memories from that day in when you were in high school?
I was in history class.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we were talking about the Second World War. I was in year 7.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my first year of high school, and we had to stop what we were doing because Mrs. McManus said that we had something serious had happened on the news. We were all listening to the news, and um, when the first tower hit,
Okay.
and um, we all got sent to chapel because it was a Catholic school,
Okay.
and we got sent to an emergency assembly
Mm-hmm.
to pray for the people who had died in the
Oh,
tragedies,
okay.
which
Uh,
which was nice
did
because to remember them.
Okay. Uh, was there thinking in Great Britain at that time that there might be another attack against Great Britain?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're
There was a
so
lot. There was a lot of uprising, thinking that there was going to be an attack against Great Britain because there was a lot of security measures going
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, and
Um,
and and eventually there was, but I mean it wasn't for several years.
Not for several years, no, but particularly at the airports and
Yeah,
things like that.
yeah. Well, my memories of 9/11 is I was scheduled to work in the afternoon, so I was taking my shower. It was about 7:50 a.m.
Yeah,
Uh, the local time here, which would have been 8:50 New York time. And I had a radio in my bathroom, and I always used to listen to the news when I was in the shower. And Paul Harvey was about to come on, and they preempted him and said, "There's been an horrific accident. A plane has just flown into the World Trade Center." And so I got out of the shower and went into the living room and turned on my TV just in time to see uh, the second plane go into the second tower or whatever. And at that point, I started yelling at the radio or the TV, or God knows who I was yelling at, but I started yelling, uh, ground the planes, because I
Yeah.
just thought, I thought it was the beginning of World War III. I didn't really know
Yeah.
what to think. And then,
Yeah.
and so eventually that did happen. And I went to work that day. It was kind of eerie. I mean, it was a very, very pretty early, well, it wasn't even autumn, but early late summer day or whatever. And I
Yeah.
just driving to work, and all the stations were playing special music, and a lot of them had converted over to news coverage or whatever. But it was just a really, really uh, strange day. And like I said before, I appreciate and honor those who died that day, and those who
Yeah.
have died since. I mean, it really precipitated two wars, which I have questions about, and of course Great Britain was right there with us in those two wars, and you've been your nation has been with our nation, my nation, as we you know chart our way through a new world. I mean, it was kind of like a wake up call, but I'm not sure we really woke up,
No.
which leads me to my question. And you said you were studying World War II. You
Yeah, on
know,
that day.
yeah,
Yeah.
9/11 is often compared to uh, Pearl Harbor, and
Yeah.
and I guess the comparison for Great Britain would have been um, the Blitz,
Yeah.
right? Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like what, a couple of months of just constant bombing by the
Yeah.
Germans. Uh,
Horrible.
so, something like 70% of Coventry was destroyed,
Yeah.
and they took the ruins of the great cathedral and made that a center for forgiveness, which I thought was
Yeah.
was was really neat. But the question, having said all of that, is 14 years on, are we better off than we were 14 years ago?
Um. Um.
I mean, it's a tough question, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
uh, if 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 you think about 14 years after the Blitz, 14 years after Pearl Harbor, we had done a lot. We had established the
We've
UN.
learned. We've
We had
learned a lot.
established. Yeah, but have we done a lot?
Yeah.
Well,
We've established better security measures
okay, okay, but I
in
mean,
terms of like keeping ourselves safe.
okay, I will grant you that. Uh, but uh, but as far as I just really have mixed emotions about it, because 14
Yeah,
years
I
after
do.
the Blitz and 14 years after Pearl Harbor, I mean, we had set up all these international things. We had recognized Israel.
Yeah.
We had set up the NATO and the UN and the European community. I mean, we had made provision so that such horrible things couldn't happen again, or we hope we had done that or whatever. And
But horrible
but
things have happened again since then.
right, 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 right. But I mean, the world in 1955. I mean, was to me better than it was in 1941, and
Yeah.
so the world in 2015, is it really better than it was in 2001?
In some ways, yes.
Yeah, but I keep watching the news, and this horrific refugee crisis, and let's not call them immigrants. Let's call them refugees, because
Yeah.
they are running away from
They're running
hell,
up.
basically.
Yeah, they are.
And there's been reports about that the Hungarians are treating these people really bad. They're putting them in I would call them concentration camps. They're being
Yeah,
called detention camps, and food is being thrown at them, and they're being kicked and tripped and all kinds of stuff or whatever. And I'm
that's
just thinking,
horrible.
I'm just thinking, have we really learned anything? Basically,
No, not
you
in
know,
that sense.
yeah. And what I said about police officers and people being more involved in the study of politics, whatever, that's gone out the wayside. You
Yeah,
know, I think we still like firefighters.
yeah,
So, but I don't know. I wish we could have spent the last 14 years making it so. I mean, we can't bring everybody to Great Britain and America. That's just not
no,
going to be possible. But could we have done things? Could we have done like a Marshall Plan
yeah,
uh, to help countries in Africa, countries in the Middle East, or well, I don't know. It's a really tough issue, but
yeah,
I have mixed emotions about it. I hope we're learning something. The quality of leadership after World War II and after 9/11 is night and day.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
we don't have Trumans and Marshalls and Churchills and Edens and people of that caliber.
no,
Adenauer in Germany and de Gaulle in France. We don't have leaders of that caliber anymore.
no,
So, well, um, anything you want to add to my rant?
no,
Okay,
no.
then.
Rant over.
Okay, then let's go to our next topic, which is we're going to work our way through the book "Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude," which we definitely need after talking about 9/11.
We definitely need that.
Yeah, because I think we're always going to have problems, and
Oh
just
yeah,
having a positive mental outlook, I think helps us deal with those problems.
yeah,
So, and I wanted to talk about the preface. The preface was written by a guy named Ogmandino, and who is a great author in his own right. He's no longer with us, but the thing he said in the preface, he'd been an alcoholic and he had lost his job, he'd lost his family, and so he just basically would hang out in the library and he would read all these books, and he came across Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude, and according to him, this was the book that changed his life. And I think the fallacy there is that none of the other books helped, and so that's a fallacy I want us to stay away from. That we need to recognize a great quote from I forget the guy's name, but a great British poet who wrote the poem Ulysses, and in that poem he says, "I am a part of all that I have met."
yeah,
So everything affects us, and not to say that this is not a great book, but the first principle is positive mental attitude. And a positive mental attitude does not preclude looking at things realistically. I think we need to uh, look at things realistically, even as we develop a plan to make things better. So, any comments about that?
I think we need to look at things more optimistically because some people have a negative outset, and if you have a negative outset, you're going to have a negative mindset.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you have a negative mindset, you're going to have a negative attitude. And if you have a negative attitude, you get nowhere.
yeah, and which is really, really difficult for some folks in our community because sometimes they just can't get to a place where they can develop a positive mental attitude.
Yeah.
So I was worried that I might get some blowback about that. Someone saying, "Well, I've got all these mental disorders. How can I have a positive mental attitude?" And
Yeah.
I guess my response to that would be as positive as you can and try to keep hope alive. So,
Yeah. There's
okay,
always
well,
hope.
there's always hope. There's always hope, and the folks that keep hope alive and that foster a positive outlook in life are the ones that eventually will succeed and have a chance at a better life. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching. We were talking about the refugees and the ones that made it to Europe. I mean, to Germany, and just the outreach of the German people is really heartening. To meet these people at the train station with blankets and food and clothing, and we'll find you a place to stay, and all this other stuff is really, really, really heartwarming.
Yeah.
So, and my country this morning, has said we're going to take in 10,000 people. Germany is going to take in 80,000 people, but we're going to help out and do our little part and take in 10,000 people
Cool.
or 15,000 people, something like that.
Yeah.
Nothing what the Germans are doing. I think the Swedes are doing a great deal too as well. So
Goodness knows how many we're taking in, but we're
yeah,
doing our bit.
I think your prime minister yesterday said that Great Britain could take in 20,000 people, and they're
That's a
not going to do
lot.
it. Yeah, but they're not going to do it from the way they've been coming in. They're going to take people that are still in the Middle East, like the
Yeah.
refugees that are in Jordan, and I think some have made it to Saudi Arabia. So they're going to take,
Yeah.
I mean, people that are doing it the right way, and
Yeah.
because I don't think they don't want people to trek across Turkey and Hungary or to get in those boats and try to
No.
sail across to Greece and Sicily and places like that or whatever. They want people. They're saying we'll help you, but you've got to stay put. So because we don't want you to be in any kind of danger. But now that reminds me of what the Allies did for Germany uh, after World War II.
Yeah.
I mean, we swooped in with all kinds of help and also Japan. We helped Japan rebuild. Of course, we kind of bombed the heck out of them, but we were there to help them recover and make a lasting peace because Japan and Germany now are our allies. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so so anyway, I'm hoping something good will come out of all this mess.
Yeah.
Well, that's everything that I brought today to talk about. So we'll open it up to whatever.
Um.
There's no one. Well, there's two people watching us on the YouTube side, but no one has made any comments.
Whoa.
So my
That's a surprise.
remarks must have not been too controversial. Let me
No.
refresh my Google Plus page to see what are they doing with the symbols on Google Plus.
I don't know.
Yeah, well they've changed
Weird.
the symbols. They've changed the symbols and made them look like they're old fashioned.
That's weird. Because
Yeah.
I don't know because I can't see them, but they've made them look like
Well, it's like they're turning back the clock.
weird.
It looks like we're okay.
I'm in the call, Mum. Yeah. There's only two of us again. There's only two of us again.
So far. I
So
think
far.
I think what I'm going to do is Blue had told me that one time his invitation took 45 minutes for him to get or whatever. So I'm going to send out the invitations to my mental
Circle
health,
again.
mental health buddies there and see. I went to talking about mental health buddies. I went to Dale's Hangout Sunday.
Did you?
Yeah, that was real neat. He has a buddy that helps him out named James, and James has a new job, and so he wasn't there. So I thought I would sit in and pretend to be
Yeah.
James for a little bit. So that worked out really good.
How did Dale's Hangout go?
It went really well. I can't remember what we talked about. The Wednesday night hangout I didn't get to go to, but
How's
I
Joey?
have not heard, and I can't remember. Well, you were there with Blue last week, and he kind of
Yeah, I
explained
was.
what he knows about Joy. I have no idea what's going on. At first, I wasn't concerned because he said he's going to spend more time with his family or whatever. But
Now I am concerned.
yeah, I'm me too. And I would just like to see him put up a video just to say how he's doing. You
Yeah,
know, and maybe he'll do that in time. So,
yeah,
but everybody else, as far as I know, is doing okay. I mean, with family and work and what have you. So,
yeah.
so. But you were saying before we started the live broadcast, you were saying that you had a mixed week.
Yeah, did have a mixed week.
Mm-hmm.
Dysphoria, anxiety, my lip,
Mm-hmm.
uh, sleep issues.
Yeah. You. How's your therapy going?
Therapy's going really well.
Okay.
Um, Talking about going to a psychiatrist for my identity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't see how that could hurt. You know.
Need to do it
Yeah, because
because
well, psychiatrists are trained in physiology as well as the mind, so
yeah,
he can kind of
because
sort. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to sort out my identity issues because
Yeah.
um things need to be dealt with because my dysphoria is really bad.
Yeah. Well, he can. I'm sure he can help you with that. The mental, emotional, and physical aspects of that. So I'm sure he can help you
Yeah,
out.
yeah, because it's getting ridiculous.
Hmm.
Because it's things like not being able to cope when people use my old name, not being able to cope when people use my old pronouns, not being able to cope with body aspects of it.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
I am really down with dysphoria, and my depression's been getting me down as well. But I've been able to cope with the depression side of it because I've been doing other things. But it's the dysphoria side of it that I can't cope with.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dysphoria.
Well.
That's the side of it that's getting me down, and the anxiety because of my
Well.
lip as well.
Hopefully, the psychiatrist can help you come up with a plan.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I just heard
hopefully.
something.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for this damn biopsy.
Okay. I think Liz wants to come in. I need to
Yeah,
send her. I need to send her another
send her another
invitation.
invitation.
Yeah. I thought she might be
I didn't,
working.
I
So
didn't, I didn't hear a message from her.
No, but she said hello everyone. So
Did she?
yeah. I'll send her another invite. So, uh,
Uh-oh.
well,
I
you
feel
sound
sick.
really.
What's up?
Did it just come over you?
I feel sick.
You do.
Yeah, I feel sick. I'm about to switch.
Hug.
Oh, okay. Hey, Liz, how's it going?
It's a beautiful day. What are we up to today?
Well, we were talking about 9/11, our memories of 9/11, and and what we think has happened since. And then we were talking about the importance of keeping a positive mental attitude. So, and then we were just kind of talking about whatever.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Anastasia is switching. So,
Hello?
Hello.
hello.
It's Gray.
Hey, Gray, how's it going?
Kind of a mixed.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Life is kind of a pile of sploff at the minute.
That's,
Yeah, how are things going for you guys? I've been really busy.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we've got a bit of issues with dysphoria and anxiety and depression and sleep issues and issues with the lip.
Mhm.
Work.
Yeah.
I am inching toward my goal of becoming an energy healer. So I went to a group on Wednesday and spent about an hour and a half exchanging energy with different people, and it was really fantastic. So
Hello, Reiki. You're doing Reiki training?
yeah, Reiki is part of it. Reiki is part of it. Something called EFT is part of it, and
Yes.
then but I mean it gets kind of airy fairy. But basically Reiki is the main thing. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All of that kind of runs under the same umbrella. But yes,
yeah.
Reiki's the main part of it. What are you doing? Training to be a Reiki third level?
Well,
Nope.
I'm a Reiki one, but there's a lady here that teaches a 16-hour class that meets on Saturday and Sunday, and so I'm thinking about taking her training, and she would certify me as a spiritual healer.
Okay.
So
Cool.
and then eventually I do want to get my Reiki 2 and my Reiki 3, but I met a guy, and this is all happening at a church, so I'm being drawn back into church, but not in the role that I was wanting to do 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. So, but
Cool.
it's a unity church. It's a New Thought church, and they do all kinds of things there. So,
You mean like the UU style?
well, UU it's a little bit different than
Yeah, that's different than New Thought. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I feel welcome going to either church, you know, because unity is mainly based on New Thought principles, and then they recognize the different spiritual paths,
Okay, yeah.
and then the Unitarians, they recognize all the spiritual paths. So, and
Yeah,
What
so you
and
kind of get a
what
little
time is it?
both.
right now it's coming up on 8:28,
Oh,
8:28 your time.
that's cool though. I'm glad you guys are all, getting back into the spiritual and
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to get back into the making money aspect of it too. So I think a certification will help with that. And I started to say there was a guy there that he said he would give me the Reiki attunements 2 and 3.
Mhm.
So, but I'm not as concerned about that because I'm doing the Qigong. The Qigong is also a part of it. The Qigong is how you build energy.
Oh yeah, isn't that from the East? Oh God, either Japanese?
It's actually Chinese, but it's been mixed in with yoga
Mm-hmm.
and the Qi in Qigong is the same as the Qi in Reiki.
Somebody's commented, I think, on YouTube, but I don't know.
I beg your pardon?
I think somebody's commented on YouTube, but I'm not sure.
Okay, let me look at that. Thanks for the. Well,
I just got
I
a notification. Unless it's me getting a notification.
yeah, I don't see anything over there. So, but now if they made a comment, I actually have
So
to
you'd have to
approve.
approve it. Ah, right.
Yeah,
This
but
isn't me getting a notification.
if they just want to chat, they can chat. Maybe I got something
Unlo-
in my. I'll just check my Gmail and see if I got anything in there.
Mhm.
So, but anyway,
unless
I'm
it's
real.
unless it's just us that's got a notification somewhere.
Uh, I don't see anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just us probably.
Okay. Well, I'll check.
Spoffles to that then.
I'll check the Google Plus. Oh, there is something new on Google Plus.
Is there?
Yeah, it's from Dell Channel. I think he's changed his intro video or something.
Unless he. Oh yeah, it must be Dale Channel uploaded a video.
Yeah, he changed his intro video. He's doing very well, come to think of it.
Yeah,
He's becoming he's getting better with the hosting duties. So,
yeah.
Mhm.
and I never realized he had a stammer, but he has a stammer. So I stutter from time to time, not so much anymore.
One of us does as well.
hmm Well, it's fairly
Yeah,
common. It's fairly common. So
yeah.
it's
Serena does.
it's a coping strategy. The guy that was the voice of Darth Vader, James Earl Jones,
Mhm.
he had a really bad stutter when he was a little boy, and he took up acting to overcome it, and by golly, he did. He's also kind of a hero of mine. So, but there's lots of healing energy in the world if we'll just avail ourselves of it.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I've been told that I would be a really good healer. So,
Yes, you would.
mhm.
yeah,
Well, during this healing sessions, this is going to sound hokey pokey or whatever, but I had my hands out doing the healing, and I felt like a different power come through my right arm. It was really kind of neat. And I'm like, that's not me, and
And you can feel like the group energy and stuff, huh?
right. Well, like I say, I'd done some healing in churches, but nothing on the scale that we were doing in this session. There were 7 or 8 of us in the session, and we would take turns being on the table and getting the healing, receiving the healing, and then
Giving the healing.
giving the healing. So it was real neat, and I think part of that is you have to get your ego out of the way.
yeah,
And if you ever do healing on someone and you feel drained afterwards, you didn't do it right. Your ego got into the way
Mhm.
because the energy doesn't come from you. The energy comes through you. And so you might feel a little woozy because you've got more energy coming through you, but you should never feel drained. If you feel drained, something is bad wrong.
yeah.
So, but that class I think is going to be next week. So I've got to sign up for it. I've got to contact the teacher and sign up for it or whatever. And then it won't affect the hangout. It's going to be on Saturday and Sunday, so it
Mhm.
won't affect the hangouts. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
that's
have a
cool.
website?
pardon?
Do you have a website?
No, just the YouTube page, and I'm on Twitter and Facebook. So, but I don't have a website. I probably will have to develop one. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to write your own content yourself?
I think in the beginning I would like to just be something rather simple and straightforward. So uh, I know Facebook. I can get a Facebook business page for not
Yeah.
very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Google Plus is also doing something similar. So I'll need to look into that. But I want to go through this training. I think more than anything else, it's a question of confidence. I just have to develop my confidence because during the session, someone said, "You said, why are you holding back?" And consciously, I was not holding back, but I guess they could feel or they could sense that,
Yeah.
you know. So it's a question of confidence more than anything else, and I think ultimately you become self-designated, you know, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, you be good. You'll have a very successful business with it. It's just a
Hmm.
matter of developing and putting it into place. Key,
God damn it, Ketsia. Hello?
What's going on?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is she acting up?
Yeah, she's a, hello?
Hello?
Ketsia?
What are you doing, Katsia?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just
You
came
s-
to,
Is
came
it
to
your
say
bed?
hello.
Okay.
well, hello.
Is it your bedtime yet?
Who's joined the call?
Uh,
Misanthropa or something?
yeah, yeah.
Who's that?
He is. I think I've seen him in someone else's Hangout. Uh, the one from the Introvert Island. So,
Ah,
mm, so
no, I go to bed at 9 o'clock on a Friday now.
Yay.
okay. So you gotta go to bed in about 20 minutes.
Well, 9:30 actually on a Friday.
Okay. I think he just checked in to see what we were doing or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, he is. I won't say what I think he is because it's probably the wrong thing. But there are some guys there that are very. They're called men going their own way, which I can't wrap
Yeah.
my mind around or whatever. So
What the hell? Men going.
I I don't know what it means. I have no idea. I mean, I've tried to learn, but it's like I think there's something like being a confirmed bachelor or something, or I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know what that means.
yeah, well, I don't either, so I really can't explain it. But I tend to reject labels.
Yeah.
I don't like being labeled, and I don't like putting labels on other people. So, but uh, but they're just doing their own thing, I guess. So,
Me feel sick.
yeah. Is it your lip?
Yeah. Me feel
Hmm.
sick and anxious.
Mhm. Yeah, it's good to talk to you again. What have you been up to?
Hospital appointments, therapy appointments. We had a friend down yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
She was badly behaved.
Um.
But now all the internet stuff that's been taken care of, right?
Yeah, nearly.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that's a load off your mind.
Yeah. Thanks, Boff. Liz, if you're interested, we had corned beef hash for tea.
What?
We had corned beef hash for tea.
What is corned beef hash? Hey, are we going to Thailand?
Corned beef hash is corned beef and mashed potato.
Oh, you're saying corned beef hash. I was like, what?
Okay.
That's good.
I like it too, except sometimes it's a little bit too salty. So
Mum makes it really good.
How does she make it, or did you know?
Put it in the microwave.
No.
Puts butter in the mashed potato, milk in the mashed potato, then adds the corned beef and puts it in the microwave.
That sounds very good.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the milk adds a thickness to it, like almost like a cream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mum put tomato sauce on hers, but me no like.
Woo! I don't think I would like that on my corned beef hash.
No.
That's nasty.
I'm trying to back away from anything tomato because it's so acidic. I mean, I still like it. I still like it once in a while, but it's very, very acidic.
I can't have tomatoes at the minute because of my lip.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Can't even have mayonnaise.
Well, I've heard different things about mayonnaise. I'm not sure it's that has a great nutritional value. I mean, it tastes good, and I think if it's a homemade mayonnaise, it might be good for you.
Yeah.
But
our phone's being dodgy again. We've got to go to Apple again.
Yeah. Well,
battery issues.
I'm eligible for an upgrade on my phone, so I may look into that.
Cool.
I've had this phone for, I guess, about 3 years, so I should probably look into getting a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't even think I have to sign a contract. So, Verizon and AT&T, they've kind of gotten away from that. So, I mean, at least in my country.
We have to sign a contract.
Yeah. Well, I may have to sign a contract if I want the new phone. That may be the hook or whatever. But
yeah.
But I think otherwise you don't have to sign a contract anymore. I mean, you pay a monthly service, but it's not like a contract. So depending on which carrier you go with, and that's the other thing. I've been thinking about switching from Verizon because the signal is getting worse. So I thought about signing back up with AT&T because their signal is so much better.
Is the signal bad?
Well, it's getting worse.
Mom.
You all comfy one for there, Mrs.
Hey, may I guess? Not social and sensitive people. Plenty of general chat is happy. Close. Caroline. And distribute my channel. LinkedIn contact.
Damn it, Christian. Hello?
Hello.
It's Christian.
That makes perfect sense.
How's it going?
Ridiculous.
So
I'm in the call.
You've got to take your meds in about 15 minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Window. Edit text. Mail. 5 mailboxes selected.
Yeah, it took me a minute to understand what she was saying. That she said corned beef hash. I go, what?
Messages.
Yeah. Ketsia can get a bit mixed up. We said corned beef hash.
Yeah, yeah.
Menu. Check mark.
It
Live.
sounds good anyway, so.
It was good.
Object. Array. Check mark. Oldest newest message on top. Check mark. Oldest message on newest message on top. Message on top. Sort by date. Menu button.
I finally figured out how to change email on the Mac so that it shows me the newest email on the top.
Cool.
Mhm.
Do you guys still use your Mac and everything?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
beautiful.
Messages. Table. Interact. Kitty Home was short important email later. Hi everyone. Kitty Home was Pearson Reynolds. Kitty Home. Kitty. Hey. Busy.
But yeah, I really do hope you get your goals of doing the spiritual healing and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's just a question of doing some training and garnering some self-confidence. So, but you know, for the longest time, I wanted to be a minister, and you know, I'm just not there anymore. For the one thing, I think churches are having to change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
The
do
whole,
spiritual stuff online. I do I kind of mix and match. Look, if it's helping you and it's a spiritual thing, you know.
yeah.
But okay, yeah.
I
I've
think,
seen the Unitarians. They're pretty good. A lot of their messages are very welcoming. They make sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, churches are having to cater to a different audience now than what it was like before.
Well, the idea of a pastor leading someone to somewhere is just fallen by the wayside. People want to discover things for themselves.
Mhm.
So the pastor has to be more like a guide, and then the idea of having a place where you go once a week, and I think that's kind of falling by the way. The churches that are succeeding and flourishing are the ones that do more than one thing a week.
Yeah.
You know, the churches are essentially community centers, and they do a lot more than just preach the gospel. So,
Yeah. That reminds me, I might try to find a copy of their oh I read Patheos's blog all the time.
hmm
And they have it's I don't know if you've seen them. They are hosting the conversation around faith.
okay.
They
I'm a member of the Church of the Larger Fellowship, and I follow them on YouTube, and they have a lot of well, they have hangouts, but they're like closed hangouts, and the Unitarians are more social activists. That's
yeah.
that's kind of which I think we need. Uh, so.
Patheos has
But,
a channel for nearly every faith, and it's different blogs and stuff.
okay.
It's they have a little something on everything. So
Okay.
Do they?
yeah. And it's different blogs, so like you have everything from they have an atheist blog, a pagan blog, actually they have several pagan they have a pagan
Mm-hmm.
channel. And then within each channel, you have different bloggers, so you can sort of pick and choose what you would like to read. Patheos, PATHEOS.com.
Okay, I'll have to investigate that, but I really like atheists. because
I
that
do.
is, well, I think that's a noble position. There's not a trapdoor to hell to motivate an atheist. If an atheist does something, it's because he wants to do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I recently read Christopher Higgins' God is Not Great.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I used to watch him on Bill Maher, and to me he was a little bit on the militant side, like he had a chip on his shoulder.
Yes, I noticed a lot of
Hmm.
artists are like that. Richard Dawkins is like that. The
Yeah,
the way I view a lot of that is take it with a great big grain of salt, okay?
Hmm.
Ignore the arrogant crap, because um, some of it can be really good. He has some really great points, but yes, you do have to cut the
yeah,
military crap out of it. Yes.
yeah. But the thing about it is, atheists are so looked down upon, you know. But I think they have a valid position, just like a Christian does, or a Buddhist does, or you name it, you know.
Yeah.
And they develop a lot of self-confidence. Bill Maher is an atheist, and he believes in himself. I mean, the way he takes command of an audience, he has to have self-confidence, and he doesn't get that from God, so he gets it from himself. And so I think so I admire that, and not all atheists are militant, you know.
Yeah. But atheists should be treated with the same respect as everybody else.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a theist. I believe in God or whatever, but I don't claim to understand God.
Mhm.
So, but
Is
I think
it
all these
20:52 my time?
that is correct. So is it almost time for your meds?
8 minutes to go till meds time.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have to take your antihistamine?
9 o'clock, yeah, as well.
So you'll need a drink of water.
You need game.
Yeah, or black currant. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And we're gonna probably go private in about 5 or so minutes anyway. So.
Mhm. But
Mhm.
yes, it's there's all kinds of stuff. I like it when I see that a group has included
Yeah.
um
Well, the Unitarians are really big on including everybody.
mhm.
So, but now here in the Houston area, there's about 5 or 6 Unitarian churches,
Mhm.
and one of them is very atheist.
Oh shit.
That's where they hang out. One of them is very, very, I'd call high Christian, and that's where people that have a Christian orientation hang out. One of them is very, very pagan, so that's where all the pagans tend to
All
hang out.
pagans hang
So,
out. Hmm.
yeah. So, but they're very, very open. But they've got to figure out where their direction is going because their membership is down, and also their attendance is down, which
Mhm.
means that their contributions are down.
Yeah.
So they're having to cut back and
Mhm.
figure out, what the next step is. They're doing they're doing a lot more stuff online, so which I think is good.
Yeah, that's actually how I found them. Because I like studying different spiritual things. I think it's a good thing to learn about different philosophies in the world and learn about different worldviews.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm.
you know. But yes, um, they do a lot of online.
Yeah,
um, In
yeah,
fact, they do their services online. They do a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Do you know much about the Seventh Day Adventists?
Yeah.
I know they're vegetarian.
Yeah, me too, but I wondered what they believed. I have a friend that's Seventh Day Adventist, and I wondered.
Well, they're very, very similar to the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Shit.
They come out of I think it's called the Millerite movement or whatever,
Oh, God.
where the end times. Well, I mean, everybody's got something they're working on. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we all have a wacky uncle out there someplace. But
Yes, we all have wacky uncle, or in my case, we have, there's a wacky aunt in the family that, you have to think,
yeah,
oh my God, have they gone off the deep end?
yeah. But the Seventh Day Adventist, I think I think well no, Serena Williams is either a Jehovah's Witness or a Seventh Day Adventist.
Hmm. See, I
So
could be Mormon, so I can handle the weirdness. Okay.
okay,
Mhm.
but the Seventh Day Adventists, they have a special diet. I actually worked with a couple of them, and they had to have Saturdays off, which was fine
That's
with me
not
because
diabetes. Yeah.
yeah, because I wanted to work on Saturdays. So I would work on Saturday, and one of them would work on Sunday, and so it really worked out. But they're very, very healthy. The guy that Dr. Kellogg that started that made Kellogg cereal or
What
whatever.
breaks the cereal guy?
Yeah, he was a Seventh-day Adventist,
Hmm.
and C.W. Post started a sanitarium to get people healthy again. And of course, his big thing was vegetarianism and cereal and stuff. And so I mean, they've got a really, really interesting history. Ellen White, I believe, is one of the founders of the Seventh Day Adventist,
Hmm.
and she a phenomenal lady. Wrote a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, I
I.
just wondered because if I don't know. I have, like I said, I have a friend who is, and I wondered, well, what exactly do they believe, and
Mhm.
um.
Well, I don't think they're as. I think they're more mainstream than the Jehovah's Witnesses, but
Oh yeah.
that's just my opinion. They've got a big community out in California, and like I say, they're very, very healthy. They will live. They live about 5 to 10 years longer than the average American will live, just
Hmm.
basically based on their diet. And then they're real big into spiritual practices, prayer and what have you, which I think keeps you healthy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
uh,
I think it keeps a lot of balance, and it makes you feel a connection to something greater than you and stuff.
yeah.
Be it can be a really cool thing. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here because I've got to make another phone call. So it was
Okay. Well,
Okay.
guys.
well, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, Liz is gone, and we've been on the air for about an hour. So I want to take
Yep.
this opportunity to thank the YouTube viewers for watching us, and we'll be back next week where we will discuss the second principle out of success to a positive mental attitude, and that would be definiteness of purpose. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Splash it.